In our last episode, we explored the origins and greatness of Kartaveerya, the mighty king of Mahishmati. He was a strong and successful ruler loved by his people. However, he became arrogant over time and once challenged Lord Varuna for a fight. His arrogance eventually became the reason for his downfall. As the Bhagavad Gita teaches us, everyone who is born must die one day, no matter how powerful they are. Kartaveerya's fate was no different. He was the incarnation of the thousand-bladed Sudarshana Chakra, and Lord Vishnu took birth as Parashurama to destroy him and other arrogant Kshatriya men. Kartaveerya and Jamadagni's clash. One day, Kartaveerya Arjuna and his army were passing along the Narmada river. Tired and hungry, they stopped at the ashram of the Rishi Jamadagni. The kind Rishi welcomed them and served them a grand meal with the help of his divine cow, Kamadhenu, known as Surabhi. Kartaveerya was amazed by the cow's ability to feed so many people at once and wanted it for himself. He sent his minister Chandragupta to ask for it, offering a huge reward, either 10 million cows or half of his kingdom. But Jamadagni refused. Angry at being denied, Chandragupta attacked the rishi and took the cow and its calf away. After some time, Jamadagni's wife, Renuka, found her husband lying in a pool of blood. She cried out in pain. When Parashurama arrived and saw his mother's sorrow, he was heartbroken. Renuka beat her chest 21 times in grief, and Parashurama vowed to wipe out the Kshatriyas 21 times in revenge. While his last rites were being performed, Rishi Shukracharya came and used his powers to bring Jamadagni back to life. This story is described in the Shanti Parva, chapter 49 of Mahabharata. Angered by what happened, Parashurama decided to take revenge and bring back the Kamadhenu and its calf. Parashurama prepares for battle. Even though Parashurama was an avatar of Lord Vishnu, Kartaveerya was no ordinary enemy. He had blessings from Lord Dattatreya and was nearly invincible. So, Parashurama first prayed to Lord Brahma, who guided him to worship Lord Shiva and ask for the three Lokya Kavacha, a divine armor that protects from physical, emotional, and spiritual threats. Lord Shiva gave him the armor but warned that Kartaveerya also had a similar armor received by the blessings of Lord Dattatreya. To use the Kavacha effectively, Parashurama visited Rishi Agastya, who taught him the Vishnu mantra. Agastya also advised him to go to Gangotri to meditate and practice the mantra for 1 month. After attaining mastery, he was blessed by the gods and headed towards Mahishmati for revenge. The Battle of Mahishmati. Parashurama marched towards the kingdom to reclaim the stolen cow. At the gates, he challenged Kartaveerya to return the cow and surrender. However, Kartaveerya was too arrogant to compromise. He sent his massive army, 1,000 Akshavinis. Each Akshavini consists of 21,870 war elephants, each carrying 7 soldiers. 21,870 battle chariots, each carrying 4 men, 65,610 cavalry, and 1,09,350 foot soldiers. Parashurama used many powerful divine weapons to defeat the huge army in front of him. The first king he faced was Mangala, the ruler of Matsya. To destroy his army, Parashurama used the Narayanastra, a deadly weapon given by Lord Vishnu in his Narayana form. It fired millions of dangerous missiles. The only way to survive it was to completely surrender before it hit. it could only be used once in a battle, and using it again would backfire. King Mangala surrendered, but his entire army, which included several Akshavinis, were burned down. Even though the king surrendered, Parashurama did not spare him. He cut off Mangala's head using his axe. Next, he fought King Somadatta. This time, Parashurama used the Pinaka, the bow of Lord Shiva. He fired the Nagapasha, a weapon that binds enemies with snake-like energy. Somadatta countered it with the Garudastra, a weapon linked to Garuda, the eagle of Vishnu. Parashurama then used the Trishula of Shiva to kill him. At this point, Parashurama had both the Sharanga and the Pinaka, weapons connected to Vishnu and Shiva, which were created by Vishwakarma as described in Episode 16. Parashurama kept moving forward, defeating more enemies. He used the Vayavyastra, weapon linked to the wind god Vayu. It could create powerful winds and even lift armies into the sky. Using it, he destroyed the forces of the kings of Kanyakubja, Surashtra, and Avanti. In total, he destroyed 12 Akshavinis and fought non-stop for 3 days. Then came King Suchandra of the Ikshvaku dynasty. He brought 100,000 princes and 7 Akshavinis, and everyone were destroyed. But Suchandra himself was very powerful and hence countered all the attacks. Parashurama finally used Shiva's Trishula, which turned into a garland when it hit Suchandra's chest. Parashurama then realized that the goddess Bhadrakali was protecting Suchandra from inside his body. He prayed to her, she appeared, and offered him a boon. Parashurama asked for a way to defeat Suchandra. Bhadrakali told him to use the Agneastra, the weapon of god Agni, which burned Suchandra to ashes. Finally, Kartaveerya, the king with 1,000 arms, came to face him. Both warriors fired the Brahmastra, one of the most dangerous weapons created by Lord Brahma. It was as destructive as a nuclear bomb. Seeing that it might destroy the world, Parashurama recalled both weapons using his mind. Kartaveerya then used a powerful Trishula given by Lord Dattatreya. It was so strong that Parashurama fainted. When he woke up, Parashurama used the Pashupatastra, a supreme weapon of Lord Shiva. This weapon could be used through mind, words, eyes, or a bow, and hence it was impossible to block. Thus, Parashurama killed his mighty enemy who harmed his father. After that, he turned to Kartaveerya's sons and killed most of them with his axe, all in just 48 minutes. Only a few survived, including Shurasena, about whom we have discussed in Episode 5. Parashurama then took Surabhi and her calf back to the hermitage. The entire battle, the weapons used, and the warriors killed are described in much detail in the Brahmanda Purana, Section 3, chapters 38 to 40. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If yes, please like, share, and subscribe.